Right now, wherever you're sitting, whether it's on a sofa or a hard chair, try one simple thing. Cross your arms over your chest and try to stand up. Did you struggle? Did you have to jerk your body forward for momentum, or did your hand instinctively reach for the armrest to push yourself up? If you hesitated even for a second, that's not just fatigue. It's an early warning sign that your legs are struggling to support your own body weight. Today, it's the armrest. Tomorrow, it might be a cane. And eventually, you become afraid to step outside your own home. But this process can be stopped, starting today. Before we get into it, welcome back to PRO Health Tips. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the routines coming after this one. Quick comment question. Let me know down below which city you're watching from. In this video, we're going to work through a routine that wakes up the deep muscles in your legs and brings confidence back to every step you take. No weights, no gym required. But be careful because most people over 60 make one critical mistake. They do the exercises but skip one important nutritional detail, and without it, the training wears down the joints instead of strengthening them. I'll reveal that piece at the very end, so don't miss it, or the effort here won't pay off the way it should. We never start a car in freezing weather and immediately drive it at full speed on the highway. We let the engine warm up first, and your joints work the same way. They need to be lubricated before we load them. Stand tall with your feet together, placing your hands lightly on your knees if you need extra stability. Bend your knees slightly into a small dip, keeping your heels on the floor or letting them lift a touch if that feels more natural. Now imagine drawing a circle on the ground with your knees and perform 10 slow rotations in one direction. Keep the pace slow throughout, and don't force the range of motion beyond what's comfortable. A little clicking or popping is usually just gas releasing from the joint, as long as there's no pain. Breathe steadily, keep the motion smooth without any jerking, and maintain a relatively flat back. Pause, take a breath, then reverse direction for balance. For our second warm-up, get comfortable on a yoga mat, or right in bed if you're doing this first thing in the morning. This one targets the calves and ankles, which matters because your calves act as a pump, sending blood back up toward your heart. Lie on your back with legs straight and arms relaxed at your sides, then focus on your feet. Imagine pressing a gas pedal down with one foot, pointing the toes away from you, while at the same moment pulling the toes of the other foot back toward you, then switching. This isn't a stretch, it's a mechanical pumping action. Press with the right, release the left, then press with the left. Release the right, smooth and rhythmic. Keep a steady tempo without forcing the range too hard, since we don't want to trigger a cramp. Just get the circulation moving. After a set, let your feet fall naturally to the sides and wiggle your toes. That slight tingling sensation is fresh oxygenated blood reaching the tissue, and it means you're ready to work. Now that the calves are warmed up, it's time to build strength in them. You don't need heavy gym equipment for this. Your own body weight and leverage are enough. Sit on the edge of a sturdy chair with feet flat on the floor about shoulder width apart and knees at a 90-degree angle. Here's the key detail. Lean your upper body forward and rest your forearms or hands just above your knees, which adds the weight of your torso onto your legs, essentially turning your own body into resistance equipment. From there, lift your heels as high as possible, pushing onto your toes and squeezing the calf muscle at the top, then lower slowly. Aim for 12 repetitions, breathing out as you lift and in as you lower, keeping the movement controlled rather than bouncy. You can press down slightly with your hands for a bit more resistance. This builds the strength you rely on to push off with every step you take. While resting between sets, let's talk about cramps, since many people avoid calf exercises out of fear of painful nighttime cramping. If that's a concern for you, here are 3 quick tips. First, hydration with electrolytes. Plain water alone often isn't enough as we age, so a small pinch of sea salt in your water or a banana for potassium can help your muscles' electrical signals function properly. Second, magnesium. Many seniors are deficient in it, and a magnesium supplement before bed or a magnesium oil spray on the legs can significantly reduce night cramps for many people, though it's worth checking with your doctor first. Third, if a cramp hits mid-exercise, stop immediately. Straighten the leg and pull your toes toward your nose, which manually stretches the muscle and forces the spasm to release. Before moving to the next exercise, if this has been helpful so far, A quick like on the video genuinely helps it reach other people dealing with weak legs. Thank you. Now stand up slowly for exercise number 2. Find a clear section of wall and stand facing it about 2 feet away. Place your palms flat on the wall around eye level or slightly lower, arms straight but not locked. Keeping your legs relatively straight with just a tiny bend in the knees. Push your hips backward, letting your chest lower naturally toward the floor while your gaze follows down toward the ground rather than the wall, which keeps your neck neutral. You should feel a stretch through the back of your legs as your body forms close to a 90-degree angle. Then squeeze your glutes to pull yourself back up to standing, rising slightly onto your toes at the top for extra activation. Perform 8 to 10 repetitions, inhaling as you lower and exhaling as you rise, keeping your back flat like a table throughout. A few common mistakes to avoid here. Don't look up at the wall, since that strains the neck and restricts circulation. Don't round your back, since the movement should come from the hips, not the waist. And avoid swinging, since this should be a controlled hinge, not momentum-driven. This exercise builds hip strength and core stability simultaneously, which directly helps with everyday movements like climbing a hill, stepping over a curb, or taking stairs. For the next movement, stand facing the wall but step back slightly so you can lean on it with your palms, body angled like a straight plank. Alternately lift one knee up toward your chest as high as comfortably possible. Hold briefly at the top, then smoothly return the foot to the floor before repeating with the other leg. Perform 6 to 10 repetitions per leg, keeping your arms strong, shoulders from collapsing, and movement steady rather than rushed, engaging your stomach to help maintain balance throughout. Now we'll add a rotational element, which engages the deep abdominal muscles and inner thighs and is important for fall protection. From that same wall position, lift your knee but direct it diagonally toward the opposite shoulder. Right knee toward the left shoulder, left knee toward the right shoulder, performing 6 to 10 repetitions per leg. Avoid slouching, keeping your neck long throughout. This matters because natural walking involves subtle rotation, and losing that mobility makes your gait feel stiff and wooden. This exercise helps preserve that flexibility. Exercise 4 is standing hamstring curls, targeting the muscles along the back of the thigh, arguably one of the most important movements for preventing trips. Place your hands on a chair for balance, stand tall with feet hip-width apart, and shift your weight onto your left leg. Without moving your thigh and keeping your knees aligned side by side, bend your right knee and pull your heel toward your glutes, as if trying to touch your heel to the back of your thigh. Hold briefly at the top, then lower slowly and smoothly, focusing on the contraction in the back of the thigh rather than simply lifting the leg. Keep your knee pointed directly at the floor throughout rather than letting it swing forward, and maintain tall posture on your supporting leg without leaning to the side. Common mistakes here include rounding the back or leaning forward. Your torso should stay still with only the knee joint moving. Moving too fast using momentum instead of controlled strength, and letting the thigh drift forward, which shifts the work away from the hamstring. Our final exercise tests coordination, balance, and thigh strength together, which is essential for confident walking. If you have significant balance issues, dizziness, or instability, skip this one for now and check out a dedicated balance and dizziness video on the channel first. For everyone else ready for a bit of a challenge, stand near a wall or sturdy furniture, close enough to grab for support if needed, but without leaning on it. Stand tall with shoulders back, slowly lift one leg in front of you bent at the knee until your thigh is roughly parallel to the floor. Then reach both hands under your thigh for one crisp clap, before smoothly lowering the leg and returning your hands to your sides. Repeat with the other leg, aiming for 6 to 10 reps per side, exhaling as you lift and clap, rather than holding your breath. Common mistakes include looking down at your legs or hands during the clap, which disrupts your balance system. Keep your gaze forward at all times, bending at the waist to reach your thigh, when instead you should simply touch the side of your thigh with your fingers if the full clap isn't accessible yet, while keeping your posture tall. And rushing through the movement, using momentum instead of control. Now, before you go, remember what I mentioned earlier. The exercise itself is about 70% of the equation. The remaining 30% is fuel. As we age, the body becomes less efficient at processing protein, a phenomenon known as anabolic resistance, meaning a 60-year-old needs meaningfully more protein than a 20-year-old just to maintain the same muscle mass. Generally, experts recommend somewhere between zero point 0.5 and zero point 0.7 grams of protein per pound of body weight, roughly 1.2 to 1.5 grams per kilogram, which for an average adult translates to about 90 to 100 grams of protein daily. A quality protein powder is often the fastest way to hit that number, but whole food sources work well too. Eggs are considered a gold standard. Since the yolk supports muscle signaling, Greek yogurt contains roughly double the protein of regular yogurt. Salmon or tuna provide protein along with anti-inflammatory omega-3s that support recovery, and chicken or turkey are lean, effective options. It's also worth noting that muscles can't contract properly without calcium, and calcium can't be absorbed without adequate vitamin D, which many seniors are deficient in. Fatty fish or a supplement discussed with your doctor can help here. So here's the plan. You now have the exercises and the nutrition guidance. Try to perform this routine 3 times a week, for example, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, giving your muscles a rest day in between to recover and grow. Stick with it, and you'll notice changes. Not overnight, but within 2 weeks, that chair becomes easier to get out of. Within a month, the stairs feel less daunting, and within 3 months, you may notice a stride that genuinely surprises you. That's it for today's video. Take a moment to subscribe to Piro Health Tips so you catch upcoming routines on balance, shoulder pain, and back relief, and save this video so it's easy to find again tomorrow morning. Stay strong, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next one.